In today's quick video, we'll talk about HDB Flat Eligibilities, HFE letters, and all the essential information you need to know. Let's go! Just a quick update, starting from 9 of May 2023, HDB has simplified the process of purchasing a flat by introducing HDB Flat Eligibility, HFE letters. These single documents combine the assessments of eligibility to buy, CPF Housing Grant, and HDB Housing Loan, replacing the registration for intent to buy, ITB, and HDB Loan Eligibility, HLE letters for both new and resale HDB flat buyers. With these new HFE letters, you can determine, number 1, your eligibility to buy a new flat or resale HDB flat. Number 2, find out your CPF housing grant you qualified for. Number 3, understand your eligibility for HDB loan and the loan amount. It is important to know that HFE needs to be valid when applying for a new flat during the sales launch and obtaining an option to purchase for a resale flat. It is also required to be valid when submitting a resale application submission. Remember, HFE is valid for 6 months and it is advisable to apply early. Applying for HFE is a simple 2-step process. Step 1, involving a preliminary HFE checks. This has to be done online on HDB portal. I will provide a link at the description below. Based on the information you provide, you'll receive a quick overview of your eligibility to buy a HDB flat, the CPF housing grant you may be eligible for, and eligibility to take up a HDB housing loan. This preliminary assessment helps you to plan your finances accordingly. If you have decided to proceed with buying a flat, you can move on to Step 2 and apply for HFE letters. Step 2 is the application for the HFE letters itself. Remember, it is crucial to apply the HFE letters within 30 days of the start of the preliminary HFE checks. Failure to do so will require you to restart the preliminary check. Also, to save time and avoid complication, we recommend completing Step 1 and Step 2 within the same month to prevent the need of updating employment details for all the persons listed in the application. Now, let's address some frequent asked questions about HFE. Question 1. If you have a valid ITB and a valid HLE letters, do you still need to apply for HFE to buy a resale flat? The answer is no. If you already have a valid ITB and HLE letters, both are valid, you do not need to apply for HFE. Question number 2. If you have a valid ITB and no HLE because you are taking a housing loan from a bank, or you do not need to take any loan, do you still need to apply for HFE to buy a resale flat? No, in this case you do not need to apply for HFE to buy a resale flat. Question number 3. If you have a valid ITB, no HLE, but you intend to apply for a loan from HDB, do you still need to apply for HFE? Yes, in this case, you need to apply for HFE. Now, last question. If you do not have a valid ITB, but you have a valid HLE, do you still need to apply for HFE? The answer is, if you don't have a valid ITB, you will need to apply for HFE regardless whether you have HLE or not. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope I provide some clarity, and don't forget I add a link below to apply for HFE in case you need it. I know HDB website can be confusing, and I'll see you in our next video.